Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, and welcome back to another video. So first up, we're going to clean up Boss Flash here. I did not really need to use Brainiac Grodd, because the first fight against this dude was the normal Batman Ninja team. It did more than half his health, but at the same time I didn't really have any other use for Brainiac, or so I thought. So we might as well put him here to make sure that we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. Boy, am I so happy that he is the first boss of a third tier, because I wouldn't bear him having more HP. He already has a pretty high amount of HP. But yeah, very glad they removed with Martian Manhunter, who's also got class change. They removed the animation. They never even bothered in the first place to change the sound of it for Brainiac, so you just see Brainiac when he changes classes. Like, that's just so lazy in that regard. But yeah, we're trying to push him to a corner. We're never going to be able to get this dude into an infinite combo because of the class changes, so this fight is not going too great so far, but we're going to get there. Trying to combo interrupt him with Catwoman. I actually managed to surprisingly combo interrupt him a very good amount of times, but with Grodd it's not gonna be as smooth of an experience. We finally got him in the corner, and yeah, he's going to get killed. By the way, level 9 Beta Club, level 5 Kryptonite Spear, and level 7 Kryptonite Ring are going to be my passive stat artifacts for each fight. So here I used Raven, League of Anarchy, and we're going to have Sword of Salvation on Raven actually. Because this will have more armor the less power he has. So by having Sword of Salvation over here, we're going to be able to control how much power we want him to have. So when we want him to have less defense, we're going to tag Raven and not do that many hits, or not hit him at all, only use a special. And that way keep his power higher without losing the darkness, because with Sword of Sin, if I had Sword of Sin here, I would have to, I would by default constantly power drain him, and that wouldn't be ideal. So yeah, so far the damage is absolute garbage, but that's to be understandable because he's low on health. Also, since I'm using Sword of Salvation on Raven, I wanted to put Beta Club on Last F Joker to kind of vibe check if I would do more damage, because I'm really losing passive stats here because of this Sword of Salvation. So Beta Club is in the first place for the passive stats. The dot is going to be something, I guess, at some points from the Beta Club. Sometimes it's gonna reach, I think at peak, it will peak at 1 mil or something. This is 5 stacks Raven dot damage. Yeah, not even 1 mil damage with Raven in there. So yeah, that's a dumpster fire value there. And the problem is he's really not taking damage. Like, I don't know what happens here. Maybe it's the fact that they don't have my usual Dark Matter cards, and I'm used to that damage. Maybe he still has a very high amount of armor, even when very close to no power. But we're simply not able to do damage over here. And this was a mistake. Like, the Raven Kimflan Sakuman team will be able to easily one-shot here, with King locking the Brainiac super move. They should have just done that. I mean, I couldn't do it at this point, but I could have waited and used this team at the next tier sub-bosses, and then in the next day fought this dudes. So the League of Anarchy fight will be indeed a little bit of a letdown. Over here we're going to even let him at full power for a bit. Actually, not really. I'm kind of afraid of the Joker's special 2 combo yet again acting up, because if it taps before it swipes after the SP2, then we're dead to super move, basically. And boy, something's wrong. Like, something is really wrong over here. Getting such low values out of the Raven League of Anarchy, and yeah, granted, now we're starting to deal damage when he's literally full energy, but still, it seems to be on the lower end of things considering how many passive stats we get from the artifacts. So yeah, something is definitely not adding up here. But yeah, most likely I'm just dumb, so don't worry about it. We're going to be able to kill him easily enough in the next fight. But yeah, the League of Anarchy won't do like the best here. Over here, we're going to also not gonna use Nora Snow Globe. I don't need to. in that fight. I'm not gonna use any North Snow Globe strategy. That will sort the secondary account. On the main one, we don't need to. You're going to have a fight of Deathstroke plus Venom Blast plus John Stewart Green Lantern against Boss Green Lantern, and it's going to be quite an eventful fight because boy, you are not gonna have a good time here with the clones especially. Venom Blast trying his absolute best to not get killed before he can do some percentage shell damage here, avoiding the dot hazards. Just as I say that, steps into a dot hazard and gets almost killed by it. Well, unlucky timing on that one. Gonna carefully gap close here, second special in there. Ring the combo, another second special. Back off a bit. Ring the combo again, another second special. Back off again. Ring-gauge there, another second special. And yeah, base Deathstroke has absolutely no problem doing this thing. He can do it all day. He's going to constantly heal from the SP2. He does not care one bit about the power drain hazards because of the John Stewart Green Lantern in our team, and the dot damage hazards don't hurt him too much. But now we get to the clone situation. Well, that clone is not gonna live long, as you can see. Most likely will not live long. And yeah, he got us with that. Boy, that jump attack is quite long-reaching, might I say. And that second clone got tagged in kind of without my consent over there. I was not expecting it to get tagged in so soon, and we get one SP2 out of that. I guess that's as good as it gets. We get our John Stewart Green Lantern in there, and out he goes actually. Our SP2 in there just because, and that had no percentage shell damage left, and yeah, this fight is over quite quickly, but at the same time we kind of accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish, for the most part. He's in a good spot to be killed in one more fight. Here we're going to have the team that I should have waited and used at first, because this will be easily able to just kill him off. So here on Raven, we actually don't have any power draining artifact. We have the full passive stats for Rise of Krypton. We have the level 9 Beta Club on Kimflan Sakumen. We have the Kryptonite Spear, I think, on Raven. At level 5, and we have the Kryptonite Ring on Dr. Fate at level 7. I get very confused with the Kryptonite Spear level because I got it on 2 accounts and the levels differ. But yeah, how are we gonna do this if we can't power drain with an artifact? Are we gonna just rely on Raven basic attack hits? Well, surprisingly, that would be reliable enough at the higher... Actually, not even higher star rating, because the power drain on special one, I think, depends only on the level of the special and the fact that you got gears on with fast sections. But yeah, we could in theory rely on that of Raven, the power drain, but we have a far more optimal way. So we waited until the point where we had maximum passive stacks, and now we're going to soon enough do a super move. Doing a super move will lock this guy into a little bit of a state where he can't use super move. I want to say an infinite combo, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, we might actually have Sword of Salvation on Raven. I lied there. We might have Sword of Salvation on Raven. I just figured that out. She's kind of power draining too fast. Like, it was not really needed in any way, shape, or form, but it's there. Okay, so tagging into a special one. We don't want to do hits here. If we do have Sword of Salvation, I don't remember, to be honest. Block their jump attack, their special. Again, I'm only doing jump attacks because that's the most optimal way to inflict dot damage with the Beta Club. If you do not have the Beta Club, then you do not have any reason to use jump attacks. Just putting that out there for any players that might be looking at this and being like, why is he jumping so much? Why is he so jumpy? Yeah, that's about it for him. He got to 0 health, 1 special, and we killed him. A more smooth experience on the main account as usual, but on secondary account it was not too bad, to be fair. We get John Stewart Green Lantern, and now we'll also kill him for being such a bad reward for soul raids. And, boy, I hate the start of League of Arkham fights like this. This one was quite lucky, there is the first part of it. And against other stuff like Lord Joker, for example, where he has hazards like this, is far more manageable. But in this one, nah, bro. It's gonna be a rough journey to the right corner. Once you get there, absolutely no problem. But this dude with his jump attack that is so annoying and pushes you so much further and backs him away. But yeah, we finally got him. From this point on, there's literally nothing that he can do. And we have the Dark Metal cards on Harley at level 6, we have the Beta Club at level 9, and the level 5 Kryptonite Spear for the passive stats on the other characters. So we have the Kryptonite Spear on Arkham Knight Batman, but he will not be able to out-heal the dot damage that we take, so he will still be at most times on 0 HP. Arkham Knight went back in there, second special, re-engage the combo. And yeah, a pretty straightforward fight. We kind of were close enough with this one, not gonna lie. We could have squeezed in a little bit more damage, but we pushed the League of Anarchy for as far as the damage they were able to do allowed us. And that's fine. Could have done a little bit better on the Deathstroke fight, I guess. Get maybe one more SP2 from the clone, maybe finish the Batman who lost percentage hell damage because we didn't finish it. But yeah, now for the Silver Banshee fight, this one will be quite interesting because we might have a little bit of a situation here. So have the special one disabled from Batman who laughs, and the special 2 disabled on Deathstroke. So on Batman who laughs, I would ideally want to have the special one available. I would ideally want to have that as an option. But if it's not an option, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, we'll just have a little bit of a less smooth gameplay. But on Deathstroke, boy, where's my second special? Like, how are we gonna deal damage with Deathstroke? Thankfully, we do have Nora Snow Globe on Deathstroke, so we're going to summon some clones. Now, I never played Nora Snow Globe Deathstroke against her, I'll be honest, so what happens when you get the clones from Nora Snow Globe in there? Are they not gonna get any of their specials disabled because that's an event that triggers at the start of the fight? Are they gonna get a random special disabled? Are they gonna get all their specials disabled? To be fair, I had no idea. I'm pretty sure the third option was impossible, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. First up, Ben Lef's doing his stuff, getting everything sorted out. Now we're just going to keep Camo interrupting with Deathstroke for the purpose of keeping her in the corner and for the purpose of gathering max power to make sure we give the best possible scenario to the clones. At the same time, I could have like squeezed the special in there in the meantime, but it really doesn't matter. So yeah, she's gonna use Super Move here, Deathstroke dies, and the first clone gets in there, and yeah, we get a random special disabled for the clones, it seems like too. So there's also a certain amount of luck involved in this one. And if I play it perfectly with the clones, and I might do so because she's combo intruptible and we get her to the corner, I might have perfect gameplay with the clones. So if we do that, it actually mitigates the amount of unluck we had previously, because there's like three Deathstrokes basically, and each one of them has a chance to get their SP2 disabled. So if we don't get it disabled on 2 of the clones, we basically even out on luck. It's going to be average luck at that point, considering the amount of options that we have to be disabled. So we'll see how that goes. This clone over here so far, amazing job. Couldn't have done it better myself. Come on, chopped again. Waiting for that low value. When you see a value that's significantly lower than your previous value, you know that's the last one. And there's the value, 6.6 is far lower than 40 mil. So clone gets in here, gonna block that special one. And we're going to go to town on her. Come on, chopped again. Another second special. Come on, chopped again. Into another second special. And again. Into yet another second special. And this clone did everything it could at this point, and I maybe could have, yeah, I could have squeezed in one more SP2, but at this point I was like, okay, we did a lot of damage, let's let some people die, so that we make sure we don't get unusual gameplay. I mean, as sure as we can get. Here we have Boss Green Arrow, and boy, looking at his basic attack hits on 2 times speed is quite something, because they look like they're on 2 times speed normally, but when I put the video to on 2 times speed, it's like a machine gun. And this dude is going to be there's basically going to be 2 types of people that play this dude. People who can combo interrupt, one of the easiest fights in the game, easy combo interruptible, not gonna have any problem with it, and people who can combo interrupt, and for those people who are unable to combo interrupt, boy, that's gonna be a nightmare. That's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. Like, I remember at some point, you're supposed to jump over his special one, by the way, because the special one will power drain you even if you block it. That's a passive of Multiverse Green Arrow. But at some point, I remember I jumped over this special, and then while I was in the jump animation, I got hit by him after he did special with some basic attack hits. Like, not being able to combo jump here is a literal nightmare. But yeah, here we have the Batman Ninja team with Brainiac again, and this is going to be a little bit of a benchmark for them. Can they do the 2 billion health? Well, it's not really 2 billion health on this suit as far as I remember, but can they one-shot? And the answer is definitely yes. Oh, it was 2 billion health actually, almost. Like that's kind of the benchmark, 1.9 billion health. That's if you can do that in a reasonable amount of time, you can one-shot any boss that doesn't have any like dumb modifiers or something that makes it very specifically not good to fight with that team. So here we are going to have Mr. Freeze. I just didn't have any teams left, and I wanted to give Mr. Freeze a shot. So he's going to have the level 9 Beta Club. The other artifacts for passive stats, the same ones that I mentioned a couple of times in this video, so I'm not gonna do that again. So we're just gonna try to pin her in the corner. It's not gonna be the ideal fight for him because she is stun and freeze resistant. So that means they're going to have a chance to resist our stuns and freezes. And overall, I don't think the damage on this was too bad. Again, just a 3-star Mr. Freeze. And I think he's the character in the game, especially if you have Beta Club, who has the absolute highest need for a higher star rating. Yeah, considering that it went well enough, we're capping at 5.4, let's say 5.5 because it's 5449. It's a 5.5 mil dot damage per second, which is a respectable amount. Nothing too high, but a respectable amount nevertheless. Also, we have Classic Wonder Woman only at 4 stars, so having her at a higher star rating would also help the performance of this team. But yeah, all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.